We come to our first Breathing Space podcast. These will be brought to you every Wednesday as part of Wellbeing Wednesday. Each week will have a different focus, yet follow a very similar structure. We will always start with an activity to ground us. We will move through a reflection and some questions. There will be a response activity, and we will end with prayer and journaling. Today's focus is on autumn awareness. As I am recording this, we are soon to be turning our clocks back an hour. We are in the season of autumn. As the days become colder, wetter, and the dusks become earlier, it can be tempting to stay indoors and ignore the outdoors. However, it can still be beneficial physically, mentally, and spiritually to get some fresh air and a change of scenery. Autumn can be a particularly beautiful season. You can see the colours of the leaves turning to golds, russets, fiery oranges and rich browns. We can see the ripening of the berries and nuts, hips and haws, blackberries, scarlet rowan berries, elderberries, rose hips and sweet chestnuts. Childhood memories are evoked by the first sight of acorns and conkers. This leads us into our grounding activity. I invite you to go on a short awareness walk. This will be a much slower walk than you are used to, so I invite you to go and put on an extra layer. Look around you. Can you see any vegetation changing colour? I wonder how many different colours of leaves you can find, or how many different colours you can find in a single leaf. Take your time noticing how each tree's leaves are changing colour. Are all the leaves on the same tree the same colour, or are there variations? If the wind is blowing, you might like to take some time to watch the leaves drifting down from the trees. What other colours are present? As you go for a walk, keep a lookout. Look for seeds. Are there acorns from an oak tree, or conkers from a horse chestnut, or perhaps cones from conifers? As you walk, I invite you to collect some of these items, some of these seeds or cones, an array of leaves. We will use these later for our response activity. You might like to hold the seeds or cones in your hands. What texture are they? Are they smooth or rough? Feel the shape. How does it vary between different seeds? You might like to think about the amazing process of the small seed growing into a large plant or tree. What are you noticing? We move into a time of response and reflection. I wonder, what does this season speak to you of? A reading from the Celtic Wheel of the Year book by Tess Ward. Embracer of all, who held out your arms and joined up the circle of life. Embolden me to believe that my lessoning will bring new growth this day. Embolden me as I cut back the branches and trust the bud will come. Embolden me as I sweep the leaves and make a pathway through. Embolden me as I clear a space and allow my autumn work to unfold. Embolden me as I sit in the silence and let you be the all in all. For in the pounding of the grain is the sharing of the bread. In the crushing of the grape is the pouring of the wine. In the falling of the leaves is the feeding of the roots. In the disappearing of the creatures is the survival of their kind. In the cutting of the corn is the new seed that will rise again. In the dying time and darkness is your promise of hope renewed. For you have lain in the deathly grip and felt the power of love's release. Release in me the power of love as I set out this day. Release in me your love. We now come to our response activity. Hopefully you've managed to gather some different coloured leaves, different size leaves and different seeds. If you haven't, why not incorporate this activity into another walk? We are going to be making some autumn mandalas. And this activity is called Gifts of Gratitude. Before you begin, take a moment. I invite you to think about those people in your life that you are thankful for. Those moments that you have gratitude for. It could be a place that you enjoy going on holiday or that holds a special memory. And as you hold that thing in your mind, I invite you to create an autumn mandala using the items you have collected. Take as long as you need for this activity. If you are out completing this walk with a friend, why not share with each other those things that you feel gratitude for? We still ourselves for a prayer. May the autumn blessings of God be upon me, in the preserving of the fruitfulness you gave to me this year, in my letting go of the old as the leaves fall to the earth, in my holding a space so your peace can replenish as the darker days come. As my time creeps on, may your love mature in me this day. Amen. And before we finish, I invite you to stop and sit in the stillness and either use the personal wellbeing journal provided by the Methodist Forces Board, or to perhaps sit with a piece of paper and a pen and make some notes by these headings. Things to be thankful for. What happened today and how do I feel about it? The things I'm wondering about. Take some moments to jot down your thoughts. Blessings as you go about your day.